so tell me, what is your name and where are you from?
Um, my name is Stephen Osetkowski, and I'm from Miami. I grew up there most of my formative years from 1970 to 89, but I moved around a lot. My dad was in the Air Force, and I've born in New York, lived in Hawaii, Arizona, and Indiana, and then Jacksonville in '89, and I've been here ever since.
And what do you do for a living, Steve?
I've been employed by the city government for 27 years, and yeah. So I've done motorcycles on the side basically all my life, and got real serious with it about 5 or 6 years ago, and plan on retiring and segueing my way into some kind of type of motorcycle industry, either parts, manufacturing parts of some sort, clothing, or all of the above, and probably building a few custom bikes, here and there for select people that are not in a hurry and like really high quality, special, one of a kind, really whatever their dream is, I would do it. So that's about it, really.
So what was your first bike and how long have you been riding?
My first bike was a 1974 Honda Elsinore CR 125, and I got it in '76. That was the first bike I rode. I used to rent my friends' motorcycles, and was it YZ80 and something else. But then I finally purchased this Elsinore in '76, and rode daily. I rode that bike, including I used to cut through farm fields and had to cross US 1 in Miami and to go to my high school, which was South Dade High School, and rode a motocrosser to school. And so basically that, and I've been riding. I drag raced KZ 1000 in the early '80s. That was a brand new bike, and basically been around bikes, bikers, racing, motocross, drag bike racing my whole life. And the custom thing has always been something I liked it, but I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it because I really was never into choppers. I thought they were cool, but I just didn't really have a passion for them like I do now. So it's been all my life since 76 would be a good number.
Cool. So what type of riding do you do now, and what motorcycle do you have now?
Right now, I have a Harley Davidson Street Glide. That is my personal bike. I build bikes a lot of times, like this Sportster that I did for a friend of mine that's a photographer for Monster Energy, and we decided to make it a monster bike. But I ride this. He has another rat bike. Usually they give them to me to do either repairs, add stuff to it. This one I did a total build to, which took 3 or 4 months. I took my time, but I ride them all. But the Street Glide, my personal bike, is my favorite. I have grown a liking to stereos and comfort, and just a well-handling bike that handles well and rides well and is reliable. So.
And what are some of the places that you've ridden?
Everywhere. Mostly I'm a Florida rider. Georgia, I've went a few times. I really haven't done a lot of long distance riding, mainly because my bike is like a magazine show quality bike. It's been in magazines and so forth and won many shows. And I'd like to have another bike that I love riding. I like to do cross-state, cross-country, but I really don't have the motorcycle I feel comfortable doing it on. Not that my bike wouldn't do it, but it's hard to take a bike and ride in the rain that, you know, has a stereo that, you know, is $10,000 and that could get wet and be ruined. You know what I mean? So mostly, you know, cross state, Daytona, a lot of times, you know, country rides with friends, stuff like that. To races in Gainesville, we'll ride over there and go to the Gator Nationals or the all Harley Davidson drag racing event. But other than that, just mostly a lot of just PR work for my shop or friend's shop in the past I would do, so stuff like that.
So does any one experience stand out most, and why, out of your entire motorcycling?
Mostly the going to motocross races and racing and watching the professional motocross racers when I was a kid and how amazingly fast and how fast their bikes were. And, you know, I went to a all Harley Davidson drag race once and watched Top Fuel Harleys, you know, the rider laying completely down with a, you know, 12 to 14-inch tire, wide slick on the back with wheelie bars, and, you know, get up on the wheelie bar right at the beginning and go from 0 to 220, 230 miles an hour in 6-7 seconds. And I thought it was pretty amazing. And ever since then, I mean, I've always loved every type of motorcycle there is, not only just Harleys, but every dirt bike, every street bike, every one of them. I see something in scooters even when I look at them. So it's all about the two wheels to me. I always tell people if, you know, if it has two wheels and it makes you happy, that's what matters. So that's about it.
I agree. So did any special life event get you more passionate about riding? And if so, what was it?
Life event. Let's see. I've always been extremely passionate, almost to a fault. My wife and me took my Harley Davidson and got married on it. When you talk about life events, that would have to be one of them. I mean, everything I do is on the bike. You know, I ride down to Daytona and enter the Baddest Bagger contest, which is mostly bikes from out of state that have been trailered there that are strictly show bikes. Don't ride them on the street. And I rode down there with my wife, unpacked it, shined it up, won the show, and then I couldn't carry my trophy because I was on the motorcycle home, which I know 95% of the other people there didn't have that problem because they were in trailers. But I've always been the type of guy that I ride my show bike. I don't just build it and let it sit in the closet. So anyway, that's about all I got with that.
Okay, and last question is, what is one valuable lesson that riding motorcycles has taught you about life in general?
Life in general, let's see. I'd have to say that I found that motorcycles, because of other cars, are inherently dangerous if you don't pay attention. So I've learned that if I am very cautious, pay attention, you know, use all the lights and signals, and it's like I try to tell people, it's like you can get through anything in life, and the motorcycles demonstrate this, if you just really follow the rules and value whatever it is you're going after. And I value my life, so I've done pretty good on the motorcycle so far. And it's my form of meditation. I get on the bike and I'll have a rough day, have whatever problem du jour, and I get on the bike and it seems to not go away, but it just refocuses me and relaxes me and actually clears my mind, and there's nothing like it in the whole world. So that's my medication, is my motorcycle riding.
So you want to tell us a little bit about your custom build company concept, the name of it, anything like that?
Yeah, my company, his name is Nobody Customs, and just the name alone, I've been in the custom bike industry steadily, full bore, for from every kind of dealer convention to, you know, what have you, building bikes, magazine bikes for customers at my friend's shop. And what was the question?
Just tell me a little bit about your Nobody Customs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the name alone, a lot of companies have this big, grandiose name, you know. And these guys I know, so if you see this, don't get offended. But you know, it's like ballistic. You know, they always have these big, manly names, and I always said it's like a rock band. You don't need a name. The name really doesn't make a difference as long as the product's good. So I kind of did the opposite of what everybody else does and called my company Nobody. And I just, with the motorcycle thing, I look at a bike as a blank canvas. You know, when I see a bike, I just start, in my head just automatically goes to what would make that bike amazing, and in my opinion. And a lot of times it's not so much about the money. Like this bike, for instance, we had a real limited budget, and we took it from a stock Harley with a ton of chrome, just your average, I think is not a very attractive bike. It's a 97 Sportster, and with an investment of $1,500, we turned it into a magazine show quality bike. And that's kind of like what I pride myself on. I cut down the stock Harley seat, cut the seat pan, cut the foam, redid the seat. I took stock Harley bars, rebent them, and added a crossbar, like a motocross style bike, and powder coated, a lot of powder coating, pinstriping, and just little touches. It's really amazing. It's like it's hard to describe. And the motorcycle building is that either you got it or you don't, and it's like natural. You don't have to think a lot, and it's really simple, but a lot of people don't get it. And it's about balancing the bike with parts that go together, colors that go together, balancing color contrast from one end of the bike to the other, one side of the bike to the other, keeping a theme throughout the whole bike and not varying from the theme. It's the little things that really make the difference. It's like, not that I think I'm any smarter than anybody else, it's just I see things differently. And I don't know, I just love motorcycles. Every motorcycle I look at is, it's just like I think way outside the box, and I see a lot of builders build amazing motorcycles, and I'm never the type that's jealous or think that I can do better or whatever. I really just, I compliment them and tell them they inspire me, and congratulate them on thinking outside the box. And I don't know, I look at it as art. I don't like to be rushed. I do it slowly. I take a lot of input from customers and just suggest stuff, and they, you know, they seem to see what I've done. You know, all the trophies and so forth. You know, it's just pieces of wood and plastic, but you know, they do represent. Each one of those represents a big event in my life. I mean, each one was a lot of drama, a lot of butterflies in your stomach, a lot of you know. And it's not even about winning so much. It's just fun. It's like it's hard to describe. It's like bowling and throwing a strike versus getting 8 pins down. You know, it's just like, oh, I just went that little bit extra further. And I just really enjoy doing what I do. It's not about money. I don't need money. Would like to make a living. I would even subsidize what I already make in the future. And who knows? It's up in the air. I got a lot of stuff going on with the industry, from doing videos for Ricky Battistina's for his parties where he developed, and I've been using a lot to people wanting me to build CNC machine billet parts for Harleys and so forth. So it's up in the air. I just take it as it comes. If it happens, it's supposed to be, and if it doesn't, I don't try to force it. So everything's good.
Cool.
And just knowing people like you.
So is there anything that maybe we didn't cover that you'd like to add?
I'll tell you this. I mean, I gotta be honest. I'm married, and I found that if you don't have a substantial, or not substantial, significant other that's on board with the motorcycle thing, it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. But if they're on board, they enjoy it as much as you do. And my wife is my best friend, best partner. She's amazing when it comes to helping me make decisions on whether I should do a show, don't do a show. She's my number one fan, I guess. And that's it. I mean, that's it. You know, just pick and choose who you associate with. I look at what they build and their work ethic and what kind of human they are. If they're polite, so forth. Like like Ricky Battistanis, he's an amazing person. He's builds the best parts, in my opinion, in the industry. Just things like that. He's a polite. He's not an arrogant person. He drives a small truck to these events, and at Daytona. He goes all over Sturgis, every event where they have vendors. And it's not that he can't afford a big truck, but it's not necessary. And that's how I am. It's like, if it's not necessary or doesn't function, I prefer to use what is necessary and what functions, but still maintain amazing looks and custom and so forth. So it's about perspective and wasting money. I'm not into wasting money. I like things to function and look good at the same time. So other than that, just I love motorcycles. I love shows. Put them in magazines. Not that I like to brag. It's more for my personal satisfaction, just to be able to walk over and pick up a magazine and go, hey, when no one's here, I go, wow, I can't believe I've done this. It even shocks me that I've achieved what I've achieved in a relatively short amount of time. But just that and the fellowship of other people who choose two wheels as their main mode of fun and transportation, and just the camaraderie, and it's just amazing. There's nothing like it in the world. When I was a kid, looking at real bikers, 1%ers probably, back in the mid-70s, when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, I never realized what it was about. And I never understood why these guys would group together. I'm not saying they're all 1%ers, but a lot of them were. And I kind of understand the camaraderie and this unspoken thing. I heard this guy in a magazine. He wrote, motorcycle riding in groups is the social event for antisocial people, because you get on the motorcycle and you don't talk to each other. So it's kind of funny. It's oxymoron, but I don't know. I don't take anything too serious, and that's about it. And I love motorcycles. That's all I can come up with.
All right, great. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, and safe travels.
Yeah. Peace.